Welcome to 3 at 3, Benny.
Hello, hello. That was a big, bright welcome. I'm impressed.
It's only taken me how long to get those bright welcomes going on?
That's because she just got done with a piece of chocolate cake.
Oh, you guys,
She's cheating.
It was fantastic. So, yes,
Look at everybody. There are so
days.
many people here today. Yay, yay.
Yeah.
Texas, Nebraska, South Carolina. And
Florida.
Heidi Jo says it's
Salt
wet
Lake.
in Salt Lake. You know what, Heidi
It's wet
Jo?
up here.
It just started half rain, half snow right now up here.
Just in time to freeze tonight.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. This
Maybe.
morning coming in was crazy. But yeah. Anyway, so
It's all right. The blinds are shut, so we can't see. So we pretend that it's sunny.
they are. I can see.
Okay, well, don't look out.
Don't look outside.
Don't look out. You know, the other day, last week, this friend of mine who loves winter so much, she was like, I'm gonna die here. So I went and got, because sometimes I make my kids do this. I went and got her a pina colada, and then I told her, blow a hot blow dryer on your face.
Oh my gosh,
And
how
turn
fun
on
is
the
that?
sound of waves and just close your eyes and pretend you're at the beach.
I love it.
Right? It
I love
helps.
it.
You trick your mind, you feel happy.
Or go buy a ticket to the beach.
Yes, you could do that, which would be
Oh,
more fun, but this one
yes.
cost me $4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hey.
that's
Yep.
that's all right.
Hi, Donna. Yay.
Uh,
Donna, I'd love to teach you about the serger.
she does want to.
But can I fly out there? And
Yes, buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket. So yes, I just spent the weekend in Florida.
Freezing cold.
Oh my gosh. Who goes to Florida and spends 3 days in colder weather than the state of Utah that they just left?
In January.
Yep.
That's horrible.
Yep. Christy, good luck.
Ah.
She's headed to the beach in Florida. I hope it's warmer than 38 degrees.
Take your husband's coat.
Yeah. I took a pretty good winter coat, and I ended up having to wear my coat and his coat to go collect shells. It was crazy. But
It's fun time.
I got the most amazing shells on the beach in Florida.
Why didn't you bring them?
Oh, because they're still all sandy. They need to be washed off.
Okay, next week. Nice.
Yeah. The nice thing was my husband drove out. I flew out. So he got to bring them back in the truck. I didn't have to take them on the airline so they could take them away from me.
I
Yeah.
love that he drove, but like you guys got there
Yeah.
about the same time.
Oh, he was there 2 days before me.
And
But
then
we
he was
left.
going to stay
He
longer.
was, but we ended up leaving.
Right.
the
Well,
same
he
time.
left a long time before. Yeah. But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
he was going to
So,
stay longer. And then he's like, yeah,
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
come home.
Yes. And it was kind of nice. We stayed in this little cabin in Fam Camp at the base, and most amazing sunsets. I mean, the sunsets were just to die for. We
Oh.
stood out on our little deck going, yep, that's beautiful. There's no getting around it.
That is my favorite
Yeah.
part of the day.
I assume Donna is Panama Beach City. That is the Panhandle, I believe. I don't know my state of Florida that
I don't
well,
know either.
but yeah, it was beautiful down there. There actually was sunshine pretty much the whole time. It was just so darn cold. It was unbelievable.
With wind? Is the wind what made it cold?
Both. Just the air was cold, and we went to the zoo, and they had tried to cover up as much plants as they could, but they lost. Unfortunately, the zoo in Panama City Beach lost a lot of their plants. Yeah,
What a disappointment.
yeah. Annette says, you haven't been out of Logan in 4 years. Annette, we need to go on a vacation. Where do you want to go? Anywhere.
Oh,
Anywhere.
anywhere.
We're going with Annette on a vacation.
done.
Yep.
Where should we go? Let's plan
I
it.
don't
And
know.
we'll surprise you.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yep. So anyway, so that's what I did this weekend.
That
Do you
was
have
fun.
Any fun things go on with
This
you?
weekend, what did I do?
I have no idea.
I know. I don't
You
think
came and picked me up from the airport
I
with
know,
your
that was
daughter,
fun.
who was just an absolute riot. Oh my gosh, you guys! You think her boys are funny? I hope
she's a
I hope she's
14-year-old.
not
Oh, she would
watching.
be happy if you
Yeah,
said she was funny.
yeah.
That's her
But
dream in life, I think.
spending an hour and a
Oh my
half in the
gosh.
car with a 14-year-old, I forget. I forget. I won't say airhead, but oh my gosh, I laughed so hard on the
Oh,
ride home.
because she's telling Crystal about how last week I shouldn't even say this, but she got her head stuck in the bleachers at school.
Because she just wanted to see
Yeah.
if it would fit.
I'm like, how did you do that, honey? And she goes, well, I was just looking at it thinking, I wonder if my head would fit in there. And it did. It just wouldn't come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It
and,
was funny.
the unfortunate thing is when we were teenagers, you could do stupid stuff and no one would
nobody
know.
recorded it.
And now it's everywhere because everyone gets it on video.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, look, proof that you're an idiot for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's
So,
funny.
that was fun.
Look at Heidi, Joe, I would love to know more about Tug.
I know.
They need to fill us in before
We need
they
to
fill
write
you
another
guys.
song.
Yes. I wonder if we're going to be invited back this year.
Probably not.
They haven't mentioned anything to us about it.
They're like,
Heidi, Joe, they may be keeping us out of the loop for a reason.
they're like not even the janitors. this year.
Sherry, are you watching? Do we get to be included in Tug plans this year?
Sherry's
Debbie
like,
Joe,
"Yeah,
hello,
live."
hello.
Hmm.
Glad to see
Funny,
you're here.
funny.
And Leanne, hello.
Guys,
I
it's
haven't
so
talked
good
to
to be with
Leanne
you.
in forever. Yep. Nancy, you must live in Florida. Yes, you did have a cold snap. Yep.
Oh.
So Vanessa,
I'm
I hope
thinking
you're
about
not down in the San Diego area, which is getting way too much water according
Oh,
to
is
the
it?
news. Yeah, they
Oh, I
got
haven't
bad
even been
flooding. Yeah.
Oh no. You know what? Anywhere you go right now,
Look
right?
at this. Betty Joe. She sounds like my daughter. She stuck her, I said, I toe to
She's-
the freezer just to see if it
To
really
the
worked. Oh,
freezer.
tongue. Tongue to the freezer. Kind of like the movie.
You guys, Ellie's done that. Ellie's done that. it's true.
Oh my, that's funny.
And like at first I was thinking, like when she was starting to turn into a teenager and she would do things, I'm like, she's trying to be stupid, but no, she just is an airhead. And I love her
I
for
love
it.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
she's a
she's
sweetheart.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So
Donna says we must be invited. I hope so. Hi, Melanie. How is it going?
to
Yep.
Tug or to anywhere we go, Donna?
I
Or do you
think
wanna be
she's
invited?
talking. She's saying you must. Like Sherry and Cindy,
Oh.
you must invite these two because we are
Yes.
so much fun, right?
I'm sure that's what she
I'm
meant.
sure
I'm
that's what
sure
you mean,
that's what she
Donna.
meant.
Yep.
Yes. Ooh, let's go visit Melanie. 71 in South Carolina. That's kind of perfect.
Ah, that sounds warm.
Sounds
Anything sounds warm.
perfect. Yeah.
T-shirt. I have a t-shirt on. I have a sweater on. I had my coat on downstairs. We now have a lot of people down there. We're having an amazing event. If you guys long arm, there is a long arm event going on downstairs right now.
All these talented people.
That
everywhere.
it's so awesome. We actually have an instructor from Handy Quilter.
Yeah.
And it's so great just to listen to. I'm in and out of the room, but listening to all of her tips that she's giving these ladies, and they're definitely getting their money's worth big time because she is an excellent instructor.
Yeah, she is. I was doing the same thing when I was getting ready for this.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
I know.
this is
I have a long
fantastic
arm.
information.
And I really wished I could have stayed. I had to do some stuff in the other room, but I'm like, I'd really love to be just sitting and
You need to. Yeah.
listening to all this stuff. And it goes on. It went yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
You guys, if you don't have a long arm, get one.
Yeah.
And come to the
Give
event.
us a
If you
call. We can
do,
set you up with one.
Come to
Because,
this event because it really is incredible.
yeah. She taught 3 years ago, 2 years ago. We were down in Sandy and did a very large, we had like 30 some people
Oh,
at
wow.
this long arm event. There was like 18 machines. It was
Wow.
crazy. And she was one of the teachers and she was amazing then. It was really fun to listen to her. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you need to learn to use your long arm. It's
Give
been
me
a few
some time.
years.
Add about 3 hours to the 24 hours in a day and I might fit it in.
Okay,
I'm
I
just
read
busy.
something the other day, Crystal. Let this apply to you. If you have more to do than
The
hours to
24
do
hours.
it in,
Uh-huh.
then you're doing too much.
You think? Wow, what a novel
Hey,
idea.
Cut some stuff out.
Whoa. So guess what I'm
Guys,
working
look
on
at
this
that.
weekend?
Look at that good information, that good advice I have.
I am working on a couple of really fun things. One I can't tell you until next week. But one of the things I'm working on this weekend, if you guys watched Comment Sold last night, there was the cutest little lunch bag thing. It was called Grab It and Go or something bag. I don't even remember the name of it. I'm going to make myself a lunch bag.
Oh, yay.
And then maybe I'll start bringing my lunch and not going out as often. But it is so cute. If you guys, who watched it last night? Who saw that on Comment Sold? It was cute. It has this little part that's got chalkboard fabric on it, and you can write like
Oh,
a,
cute.
a
What you're
cute
having.
message or your
Love notes.
Yeah.
To yourself.
Yes. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah.
Write love notes, but sign them from
Yeah.
Rob or sign them from your kids. So that every you come and you're like,
Hi,
oh my
Mom.
gosh, my
Oh, wait.
family loves
Yeah.
me so much.
Look
I'll
at
put some
how
of
many
those in there.
people said it was very cute.
I
You
believe
guys,
it was
I
cute.
totally agree.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you when we go downstairs.
Okay, I can't
So
wait.
I think I'm going to make one this weekend. I'm going to go
Because
grab
that is what's going to make her eat so much.
I
the
look
cute
at this,
bag.
how many people
love it.
saw it last night. Yes. So I think Debbie said, she just told me, she goes, I think there's like 2 patterns left. So I'm going to go grab one before I go home today.
Oh, you guys,
Well, I'm going to go buy one.
don't buy them.
Okay,
Crystal's buy.
I'm
Crystal
buying
needs
one.
one.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's move on.
Okay.
I think
You
we're
are
getting told
watching.
We have to move on.
We are
but-
getting told that. You are watching 3 Things at 3, where the first thing is
It's something to make you smile. Good thing. My brain just died, you guys. Sorry. Something to make you smile.
thing number 2
It's something to learn.
and thing number 3.
What was the word that we were
Sneak
just
peek.
on? Sneak peeks. Yes. It's like, oh my gosh, my
We are
brain
awesome
really
at
just.
this, you guys. We are
Yep.
fantastic.
So yes. So here we go.
All right. Let's go.
Oh yeah, yes. So okay, we're rolling.
And we are back.
Alright.
Hey. Okay. So the thing that I forgot was the thing to make you smile. So we
thought we were
are today. I am, I think. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna do our funnies. And I had a hard time finding them today. So here we go.
You guys, when I send her funnies, they don't come for like 48
No,
hours.
No. A couple of
Oh.
kids asked me today what it was like for me growing up. So I took their phones, shut off their internet, gave them a popsicle, and told them to go outside till the street lights came on.
The good old days.
How true is that, you guys? It
The
is
good
so
old
true.
days.
It is. I mean,
It is.
seriously, we didn't have all that stuff. We didn't have all the tablets and the phones and all that kind of stuff. And it was amazing how we entertained ourselves. The forts we built for ourselves.
Yeah. Are
Bike
you doing
riding.
that 1,000 hours outside?
You know what? I follow it. I see what everybody else is
You
doing.
haven't been keeping
I love
track?
and a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
We are on a
Unfortunately,
roll.
I haven't, because I did count my Florida, because I was outside
Yeah.
a lot in Florida, and I've only went on a couple walks this year because it's been
You're
lovely
here when
weather.
it's dark.
Yeah.
You
I
get here
get
and then
here
you leave
and-
when it's dark.
Yep, I
Which
get
makes
here
it
at dark,
hard.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, let's go on to our next one.
Why must I prove that I am me to pay my bills over the phone? Do strangers call to pay my bills? And if they do, why don't you let them? That is a good observation.
That is because they ask you when you go in to pay your bill, do you want to make a payment? Yes. And then you have to put all this personal information. It's like, whoever wants to pay it.
You're
you
getting
know?
your money, just let them pay.
Yeah. So I agree
Oh.
with, okay, let's see. We're going to go on.
Okay.
I was going to read one, but it went away. Okay. What did the cowboy say to the pencil?
Aha. Draw.
Draw.
Good one.
That was good. Yeah. That was one of those dad jokes. Yeah.
Oh, I had a good dad joke to tell you. I forgot it. I'll have to remember. for
Look at
next week.
Nancy's. I asked my dad if he used to pick up my mom for a date in a horse and buggy.
And?
Vicky, I agree. We did. We used to learned to use our own imagination. We did. We could
It's
make
true.
anything out of sticks and leaves. And I mean, we made gourmet meals out of the stuff that was in the woods.
Yeah,
know,
I know.
Here's some bark. Let's see what we can do with it. Yeah.
No, I don't know how many times did you ever eat red berries that after you
Oh,
ate it,
yeah.
your parents were like, "Don't eat those."
Yes,
Oh,
yes, absolutely. And then you're like, why? I'm not gonna die. Yes, we did.
oh.
Okay, our last one for the day. We don't have to read it.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Okay, you guys.
Oh,
I
that
had
is
to
so
ask
funny.
Kyle if she thought I was going to get in trouble for posting that. She's like, no, because we've all been there.
Hilarious. That is hilarious.
Who has went to an exercise class and not thought I have to get in the back corner?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
that's
funny.
pretty sad. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Heidi liked
great.
that.
Yeah,
I thought that was a
I
really
have
funny
a
one.
few really good stories about the gym and things like that, but I won't share them.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of places you go nowadays. Yeah. Okay.
too fun.
So, wow, we're moving along fast today.
Okay. We have a
We-
guest speaker today.
We do. We are
A
ready
guest.
for thing number 2 to show you
Yes.
something, but unfortunately, I can't do it. So I am going to.
Neither can I, which is why this got volunteered.
Why we
to this
have a
person.
guest. So I am going to run down
Okay, you go
and
get her.
grab Rebecca.
Ooh. We are going to have Rebecca Dean come up because you guys, we're doing this fun thing where we don't get to pick what we're doing. You know, we're showing things that are going to be on comments sold. So I came in and Crystal hands me this Hex and More ruler. And she's like, here, you're going to demo how to use this today. And I'm like, I don't know how to use this. She goes, I don't either. I'm like, you don't know how to use it either? Nope. So I was out cutting it. And Rebecca's like, oh, it's my favorite ruler ever. Like, you love this ruler? Come on over. So she's going to come and show us all of her fancy tricks because I could show you, like, some of them are easy. The hexagon is super easy, but the half hex, I had a hard time figuring out. But she loved it. So she's going to come up and see. Okay, I saw it the other day and almost peed my pants on the yoga. Oh, you guys, that was me, except at yoga, you have to be quiet. They are like, turn the lights down and you have to be really quiet. And I can't do that very well. And I was dying laughing through the yoga routine thing, whatever they call it. And they even stopped the class and turned on the lights and asked if I could calm down. a friend and I were doing that. So, oh, Christy, you have it and you don't. Excellent. Rebecca, everyone's so happy you're here. Okay, come on over.
Don't drop it down there.
It's
Hello,
all right.
hello,
Here we
hello.
are.
I'm here.
I'm so happy you're here. You guys, I offered to give her my whole day's wages if she would come.
I'm on mute. Okay, I think I'm on. I think I'm not on mute now. Woohoo! Okay, sorry about that. I was on mute. I'm excited to be here. I know, right? I have my name tag. I have to tell you this. Okay, Sherry makes the most amazing nicknames. Like for every event, she makes nicknames for name badges for employees. And so this one,
Oh,
and I am for this one because we're doing a long arm event. It's Tension Tizzy Therapist. Is that not amazing?
I love it.
We've had some issues with tension, so it's been
So
my.
you
I
are
am the therapist.
There
Yes,
you go. There
yes.
you go. Well, therapize this.
Okay, therapize this. I love. Okay, so Melissa was downstairs and she was working out with this ruler, and she was stressing just a little bit, just
I
because
may
she
have
doesn't
been
know very
slightly
well.
dramatic.
Just you're good. Anyways, and I came in halfway through the conversation and I said, I love that ruler, and she said, will you please come and do
Like
this?
I had asked everyone
So
here, do you know how to use this? And every single person said, no.
okay,
okay.
sorry. Thank
Every
you.
single person said no. And then here she comes, solicited.
Just
Oh, I love this.
totally out of the
Oh,
blue. Yes,
this is the
right?
Best day of my life.
I love this
So-
ruler. So I have an affinity for Jaybird quilts, and this is who designed this ruler. And there's so many patterns that go with this ruler. Anyways, when we get done after you're watching done watching 3 at 3, look up some Jaybird quilts because I love what they do. I think they're amazing. Okay,
So before you do that, buy this ruler so that you can.
yes, absolutely. And okay, so the reason we want the Hex and More ruler is because it will cut 4 shapes in 4 sizes for us. So First of all, it will cut a 60-degree triangle. So it will cut a 1.5, a 2.5, a 3.5, or a 4.5 inch. And those are unfinished dimensions, but it will cut those 1, 2, 3, or 4 inch 60-degree triangle for us. It also will help us cut a 2 inch, a 4 inch, a 6 inch, and an 8 inch hexagon, which I love to work with hexagons. And then it will also cut, help us cut half hexes. Oh, okay, that's better.
There
you know
we
what?
go.
Can I just tell you, I adore Abby. Abby
Look at
is
that, you guys.
amazing. That's so much better. Sorry, guys. Okay. So anyways, we talked about the 60-degree triangle, and it will do 1.5, 2.5, 3, or 3.5 and 4.5 inch triangles. Then it will do a hexagon. So you can cut hexagons out of strips. And then you can also do half hexagons out of strips. And then you can also do what's called the jewel shape, is what they call it. And that's kind of this kite shape. It kind of looks like a ring on its side, or the diamond. Yeah, a silhouette of a diamond. Anyways, and it's just out of strips. All you have to do is cut the strips, and then you're able to use this ruler to cut the pieces that you need.
She makes it sound so easy.
Right.
And fun.
I think it's fun. I really love things that make my life, my quilting life easy. So Melissa cut us some shapes for us. I'm going to move the ruler out of the way, and I'll show you some of the shapes that Melissa cut for us. We have a 2 inch finished triangle. That's a 60-degree triangle. And then we also have this is a 4 inch finished hexagon. And look how fun. I love to play with this. So we'll play with this a little bit before I show you how to use the ruler. But once we start playing with this, as far as piecing, he's going to fold up just a little bit. That's okay. So we could make a sunshine or a sunflower out of that hexagon, right?
Cute.
And then the next hexagon we put next to it we'd stitch that one together, and then we'd border him with other triangles to make them look like sunflower blocks, just all on top
As
of
you're
each other.
showing me this downstairs, even I was like, this is a fun ruler.
Yes. Oh,
But-
absolutely.
It was the half hex that were giving me.
Just a little fit.
Yeah, a little fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll show you the half hex. That's what we're going to demonstrate for you today. But then you can put another hexagon up here, or a half hexie. And then we can put another hexagon down here and fill in with some more triangles. Anyways, and so the sky's the limit as far as what shapes you can make with this ruler. It's so fun. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way for a second. And we are going to just stack all these guys up, and we are going to do a little bit of cutting so I can show you how to use this ruler.
This ruler does come with a
full color instructions, which I
full-color
love, and they're
instructions.
color coded. So the hexagons are green, the triangles are red, the half hexies are blue, and then the jewels are purple. So anyways, so easy, and I think, and so what's the word I'm looking for? You can use it for so many things. Anyways, I love it. So
versatile.
versatile. Thank you. That's the word I wanted. So I am just going to take.
Yes, and there's no white seams. Yes.
Right. Yes, that's we don't like Y seams. So I do have to tell you guys a funny story as I'm cutting. I decided my very first quilt ever piecing. I'd been sewing for quite a few years, but my very first quilt forever from piecing, I decided to do a Y seams quilt, and it was like a squished hexagon. So 2 edges were longer than the ends. Anyways, and it was just, I have never finished it. It was just, an elongated hexagon, and I started it 26 years ago, and I've never finished it.
And you still have it?
Yeah, the quilt top is only about, I don't know, 10 by 10 or 12 by 10 or something, because it was all Y seams. Why would I want to finish that?
That's true.
So my very first quilt. Anyways,
I'm proud of you.
right?
You stuck with it.
I did.
Because
for a
after
little-
that,
yeah,
if that would have
right,
been my first
right.
quilt, I would have been like, quilting's horrible.
Well, and now I love Y seams, which is really funny. I really do love Y seams because I've come up with a technique that makes it easy for me. But
Next week, she will be here demoing Y seams, you guys.
I need to keep my mouth quiet because I've
love
gotten
it.
myself into a little bit of trouble by saying, "Oh my gosh, I love that." Anyways, so today I want to show you the half hexie though. So basically, we're going to start with a strip first. I'm just going to use the lines on the ruler here, and we're just going to cut a strip. And we want a 4.5 inch strip. So I'm just going to go, I'm at a 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on my 21 inch line, I am just going to, we're not going to make this rocket science. I just want a 4.5 inch strip. I don't cut very well when I'm sitting down, so hopefully this, oh, this is nice and sharp. Oh, I love
That
that.
was a
Okay,
beautiful cut.
thank you. Oh, right. Melissa's just trying to suck up now. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Anyways,
Now you're here. I don't have to
I'm
suck
here,
up anymore. It was
right?
you were downstairs.
Yes.
I was-
So what I want is we're going to end up with, I have a 4.5 inch strip, and I actually have it folded because I am lazy when it comes to rotary cutting. If I can
Beautifully.
cut 2 instead of 1, I'm going to do
You
it.
are not lazy. You are genius.
Okay. Well, I don't think,
Yes.
thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And this one's just going to barely fit, but we are going to cut a 1/2 hexagon, and I actually didn't need to cut a 4.5 inch strip unless I wanted, you know what, I cut the 4.5 inch strip. Let's just say I want the 8.5 inch hexagon or the 8 inch finished hexagon. So what we're going to do is my hexagon is 8 inches finished. Then I am going to cut half of that width, which is 4 inches, and then add the 1/2 inch for seam allowance.
Mhm.
Okay. So then I cut my 4 inch strip. I'm going to lay my ruler right on top here, and it has this straight line right across the center. That is the bottom of my strip.
It's a solid line.
It is a
You
solid
can
line.
see it,
Yep.
yeah.
And that's the bottom of my strip for any of my sizes of my 1/2 hexie. Okay, so we're going to put that at the bottom of the bottom of our strip, and then I like to make sure that my fabric isn't hanging over the top strip, and if it is, we can trim it at that point. But then we are just going to cut this 1/2 hexagon angle on the right side. If you're left-handed, then cut this left-handed side right here. But I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to cut this one side first. Okay, and move that out of the way.
She did that beautifully.
Thank you.
I would have cut the long side first so that I don't
go
up into the fabric. But yeah.
I love rotary cutting. That's the other thing. I really, really love rotary cutting.
Gosh,
So I'm kind of weird that way. I'm
no,
sorry.
it's so good.
Anyways, but I'm also a Nazi when it comes to rotary cutting. So I'm not going to come over here and cut this. I think I want to move this over just a little bit. So everybody, no, I think you're perfect. Anyways, but I'm not going to come over here and cut against me or cut into Melissa because I don't want to cut Melissa. She's my friend and that scares me. So I am going to flip my fabric around. This is where that rotating mat that Girlfriend sells comes in handy. We're also going to turn our ruler around, line this middle line up again with the top of our strip, which was the bottom, and line up this edge that we just trimmed off. Everything's lined up really nicely there. Oops, as I shift it with my hand. Oops. And then I am going to just trim the right side again. Oh my gosh. I'm so used to standing up and cutting. I don't do it well sitting down.
It gives a weird angle. I get
It does. Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Oh, anyways, so there is your 1/2 hexie. So if we were wanting 8-inch hexagons finished, then that would be our 1/2 hexie. The cool thing is, I'm just going to really quickly cut some more smaller hexies.
Yeah, show the smaller ones.
So
Those were the ones that were
smaller
tricky
ones.
for me.
So we'll do, let's just do the 4-inch ones to match the hexagons that we have. So we can
Okay.
kind of play with that a little bit. I'll throw that out of the way. So when we cut, we want 4-inch finished. So 1/2 of 4 inches is 2. And then we want to add the 1/2 inch for our seam allowance. So we want 2.5 inch strips. So I'm going to count on my mat. I'm at 1/2 inch, 1, 2. So now we're at 18. I hope I'm not confusing anyone with all of the numbers I'm throwing out. My brain kind of works mathematically just very quickly. Oh my gosh, Melissa, that was awful.
It's all right.
Okay, there we go.
Redemption. You did
I
great.
know. Okay, thank you. So now I am going to leave my fabric folded. I'm going to throw
Okay,
that
real
over
quick.
there.
Gail says these look like they would be tricky to sew together.
They actually aren't. Oh my gosh, Gail, that is such a great question. Hi, Gail, my friend. I adore you. And I wish you were here at the long arm class, maybe next time. Anyways, but the ruler has taken all of the hard work out of us as far as sewing them together. So cutting
off the
this
dog ear.
little dog ear off is really important. And I will show you as soon as I get these cut how that will work. So we are going to take our half hexagon here, or we can, you know what, we can even take the triangle, because we are cutting, we don't want triangle, we want, sorry, I'll be quiet now. We want the 4.5 inch half hexie.
Hexie.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to take that line that we just lined up last time on the bottom of our strip, and it's the same line every single time. And we want to make sure that the fabric is past our 4.5 inch spot right there. And then we're just going to take our rotary cutter and trim off on the right hand side. I always pull my fabric away that I'm cutting just because it's easier to know if I need to recut.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to take this, flip my fabric
Guys,
around.
I don't know why this was hard for me.
Flip my rule. No, I'm not going to flip my ruler around. I think that's why it was hard for you. I don't want to flip my fabric around. Sorry. Okay, we just cut that guy right there.
Right.
Yes, we're going to
So
flip
how do we do? Because
we're going to flip it over. That's what we're
There
going to
you
do. We
go.
are going to flip it over. So it's the mirror image. My brain got a little confused there for a
You've been
second.
hanging out with me.
I
It was like flip the ruler. No, flip the fabric.
Oops.
No, flip the.
I know, no, you just flip the fabric over. So we want kind of the mirror image. And then we have this other edge that we can trim off. So we're just going to trim this guy off really quickly. Again, pull this extra away. And now we move the ruler and we end up with 2 half hexies. I'm just going to cut
as could be.
a third just because we can, right? I think we can, yep, we can get one more out of this. So line up this bottom line. We're going to cut this. See, you do actually get a better angle when you stand up to rotary cut. I know some of us struggle with that. And try to, oops, I need to just flip it over. That was silly of me. Anyways, but standing up gives you the best angle when you're rotary cutting.
Okay. This was so
and then
much
there's-
easier. Than I was
There
making it.
is, yes, a third hexie. So can we pull those other hexagons out, or a half hexie? And let's look and see what we can play with. So we'll put our green one in the center. And then we will put some of these star points around it. And I'm just going to make, see, I'm just going to make a triangle.
Oh.
And then we can put another half, or let's put the red one. I don't want green next to green. We'll put another hexagon there. And we'll put these guys. I'm just playing, guys. Really, honestly, this is how we come up with the best, I don't know, the funnest stuff, I guess. And so say this is, I want this as a row on my quilt. We'll just say I want this as, I don't know, table runner, a row, something. And I'm going to add one more at the end here, but I want it square, or I don't want
straight
it.
edge.
Yeah, I want it a straight edge instead of a hexagon edge, right? So I am going to just put this guy right there. And then, you know what? If we move this guy over here, then we can kind of have, say these are going to be our straight edges. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So it would be turned a little bit. But the cool thing is when we want to stitch these together, I'm just going to take this let's look at this point on this
Annette,
yellow.
she's going to show you right now.
Yes, Gail, I'm going to answer your
Yep,
question.
and Annette too.
Oh,
She's
Annette too.
empowered in
Okay.
this.
So we're going to take this triangle and we're going to flip it over onto our red. And if you can see right here, that little dog ear is already trimmed off, and it is a perfect line for me to stitch my 1/4 inch stitch right there. This little dog ear here is not trimmed off, so I know that I want to go to the end here and have my needle come out. But this right at the edge is where I'm going to start. Then you're going to flip it over after you sew it, and it'll be a 1/4 inch this way. We'll take this next triangle and put him on the green one and flip it over. And again, we have that dog ear cut off, so we know we can start right there as a 1/4 inch. And then this dog ear hangs over, so we know that our needle needs to come out on the side. And then when we fold him out and put him together, we have a straight seam right here to join those two hexagons,
Beautiful.
right? Isn't that cool? I love it. Anyways,
It looks intimidating.
it does look intimidating, but once you get those pressed and sewn on, then you can just join those two hexagons right up. And again, the same thing, we would flip.
The trim dog ear makes all the difference.
It does, absolutely, because it just fits right so nicely in that little corner. It's just the perfect fit.
Mhm.
So that's the demo for today. Do we have any
Oh,
other
it was
questions?
perfect. Yeah, anyone, you guys?
I'm so glad you're getting Gail. That
Yay!
makes me happy.
It is easy.
It is easy. It's really fun too. I really love to use this. And you can do it in, again, 2-inch sizes, 4-inch sizes, 6-inch sizes, 8-inch sizes. So I love to do big blocks because I like to get my quilt done quickly, right? So I would do the 8-inch size so that I could get them done faster, less
Smart.
pieces, right?
Smart thinker right there.
I also really love miniature stuff. So sometimes I would do just, a 2-inch one, but then just have less, obviously, just
Yeah,
miniature, just a small
smaller.
quilt.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the Hex and More ruler, it
Can you
is
make a
so
whole
much
hexie?
fun.
Yes, you can make a whole hexie.
Oh,
And
yes,
that,
yes,
show how to do that real quick because that's super easy.
yes. Let's have the red fabric. We'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
And it's just a strip. We're going to start with,
Let's see if that strip is big enough.
Yeah,
Is it?
I think it
Yeah.
is. We will just
Use
do a
that.
2.5 inch hexagon. So we're just going to make sure that this is 2.5 inches. There's a half, and then 1, 2. I'm going to use the edge of this ruler to cut it. If I can line it up on the line, my goodness gracious. Okay, so we just have our 2.5 inch strip right here. And then if we want a hexagon, there is a line for the 2.5 inch hexagon, and this is unfinished. So I'm
The
just
solid line is
the
the
solid line
unfinished.
is your cut line,
Yes,
and
your
then
cut line.
the dotted line on this ruler is your stitch line.
Finished.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are just going to take and cut the edge on our right side, or if you're left-handed, flip it over and do it on the left-hand side. Okay, and so then I have half of the hexagon cut. Then I'm just going to flip my strip around and line it up with the edges of the hexagon here and cut the excess off. And then you have
Perfection.
a hexagon. And we'll just do one more really quickly, just so
And
you
again,
can
you've got
see.
all of those different sizes again. The 2,
Yes, 2,
4,
4, 6,
6,
and
and
8.
finished hexagon sizes.
Yes. And so this is where that rotating mat comes in super handy.
Oh, we should have brought one of those up.
Yeah, we did. I didn't even remember where it was.
Forgot.
Anyways, super quick, right? And if you stacked those, then you would have, either
Right,
2 or 4 or 6 or how many ever times you'd stack.
Guys.
Anyways, super fun.
Rebecca, you're the hero.
Oh, thank you.
Hero
Thank you,
of the day.
Melissa.
Thank you.
I'm not a
Thanks
hero.
for
I just love to
coming.
quilt.
That was fun that you
You're
came.
welcome. I know,
appreciate
right?
that,
You're
yeah.
welcome. I
Yeah.
adore Melissa. I wish that we'd worked
Sure.
closer together so I could get to know you a little bit better.
Let's make that
You
happen.
yeah, you
Okay.
could come hang out with us and
I
learn
know,
long
I
arming,
need to.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Okay,
Oh my
we're doing
gosh,
it.
that would be awesome.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
That's
Okay.
the plan.
If
Okay.
you don't have any questions, that's what we have for today.
That's it.
It's called the Hex and More Ruler by Jaybird Quilts.
And you want it.
I
want it
I
now.
want more,
Who
right?
knew?
Yes.
Who knew that I would
right?
leave today saying,
I
I
want
would
this
like
ruler.
this
I can do
ruler.
this. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
okay, so real quick, you can go if you need to get back
Okay.
to your thing.
I'm
and
going
I'll
to get
just
back to
finish
my
up.
thing. All right.
Okay,
Awesome. Thank
thanks.
you.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.
All right, you guys. So we're just going to finish with thing number 3. Do we have our jingle? Do we still do that? No. Okay, never mind. No jingle. So our thing number 3 is a sneak peek. It's very similar, but we have our mini Hex and More ruler. How cute is this, you guys? I mean, I want this just because it's cute. Everything's cute, mini. I do not have the, this one didn't come with instructions. I think it's just this one size because I don't know. But isn't it cute? So that is our sneak peek. So you can get one that makes the 4 different sizes or a mini. So that's our deal today. That's our sneak peek and our everything. Any other questions, you guys? Now that Rebecca's gone, I'll do my best to answer if you have them. But if not, that wraps up today. And I'm glad you guys were here. Oh, Eric's here. I thought it was maybe Crystal, but no. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us today for that fun demo.